Your beliefs may make or break your reality because your beliefs literally create your reality. So, in this video, I'm going to give you a step by step blueprint on how you can change your beliefs so that it can lead to changing your reality and thereby manifesting your desired reality. Now, to manifest your desired reality, your beliefs needs to be aligned to the desired reality. Now, let's say you want to become rich and make tons of money. But if you have skewed beliefs about money, now let's say you believe that money is hard to come by or money is a scarce resource. Now, if you have that belief, then that belief is very contradictory to what you want to manifest, right? So, your beliefs literally create your reality. What you experience is what you believe. So, if you have been struggling financially, then that means you have some skewed beliefs about money. If you struggle to attract a partner into your life, then that means you have skewed beliefs about your relationships, right? So, we are going to talk about how you can start changing your beliefs in a way that's aligned to your desired reality and thereby making manifestation significantly more easier for you. So, as I said, your beliefs create your reality, right? What you experience is what you believe. So, if you have been experiencing something that you don't like, then probably your beliefs are literally creating that reality that you don't like, right? So, beliefs are nothing but solidified thoughts. What do I mean by that? So, beliefs are nothing but a thought, right? All beliefs are thoughts, but not all thoughts are beliefs. So, a belief is created by you having a thought and you keep repeatedly thinking about it, and then you put emotion behind it. Now when you combine thought and when you repeat it and when you add it to emotion, that's when you get a belief. That's how a belief is formed, right? Now your beliefs literally act as a filter, right? So this is you and this is your reality. You never experience reality as it is. You always filter out the reality according to whatever you believe, right? So if you believe money is hard to come by, then that will be true in your reality. If someone else believes money is very easy to come by, making money is such an easy skill anyone can have, if another person thinks like that, then that will be true for him. Whatever you believe in your reality, it will be true, right? Truth is relative, truth is subjective. Like there is no inherent truth in reality. All truths are just half truths. Whatever your subconscious mind accepts as truth, that will be your reality, right? And your subconscious mind is filled with these kinds of beliefs. Are they aligned to the desired reality or not? We have to check that. You have to find out. So if your beliefs are aligned with your desired reality, then manifesting your desired reality becomes significantly more easier. But if your beliefs are contradictory to what you want to manifest, then you will have a very hard time in manifesting. Sometimes you won't even manifest what you want because, like I said, your beliefs literally create your reality. Now, since your beliefs act as a filter, it acts as a double edged sword, right? Now, if you have the right beliefs, if you believe that money is very easy to come by, or money is an abundant resource and everyone can have their own, and everyone can make any amount of money that they want, if they have if a person has that kind of belief, then that will be true in their reality, right? So, belief is kind of a double edged sword. The more you use it in the right way, the more abundance and the more prosperity that comes into your life, right? So, as within, so without. So, when it comes to manifestation, you need to change your internal reality to shape your external reality, right? So, when you start working on your internal reality, the first thing that many people struggle is them not being able to identify what they believe and then not being able to change what they believe, right? Because often beliefs, like not often, many, most like 100% of the time, all beliefs are filled with emotion, right? So since they are filled with emotion, it becomes very hard for them to admit and accept that they have a skewed belief about reality and they need to change it, right? I will go through a whole process on how you can make this belief changing process much easier for you later in the video, right? So the next $1,000,000 question is, okay, now you understand why beliefs are important and why it is very crucial for your beliefs to be aligned with your desired reality. So how do you change them? Now the formula for changing your reality is you should have a thought, right? Because all beliefs are thoughts. Now you should have a thought, and behind that thought, you should have emotion. And when you combine thought and emotion, you get the belief, right? But it's not the end of the formula, there's still more. You need to repeat it consistently for every day because the belief that you have right now you have been repeating it for decades and decades of your life, right? So if you have been struggling financially for, like, let's say 20 years, then the belief the then those skewed beliefs about money that you have right now, they have been kept repeated for decades upon decades of your life, right? So changing your beliefs is a slow process, but it can be a fun process as well, right? So it is always better than never, right? So when it comes to beliefs, it is always better to change right now than never changing it, right? Because irrespective of what your age is or where you are in life, it is always better to always reflect upon what beliefs you have right now, and just reflecting on whether those beliefs are aligned with your desired reality or not. Now, once you have a thought, and once you put emotion behind that thought and you repeat it, next comes the point of relaxation. Now, any new belief that you want to instill within the subconscious mind, it should come from a place of relaxation, because only when you're relaxed, the subconscious mind is more active and the conscious mind is less active, right? Because when you try to change your beliefs, when your conscious mind is active, then your rational mind gets activated and you might start doubting yourself, right? Because the belief that you have been having for the past, how much your age is, for, like, let's say 10 years, if you have been having a belief for 10 years or more, then your rational mind will not allow you to adopt a new belief, right? Because the mind, like, because the mind, similarly like the universe, likes homeostasis, it doesn't like change, right? So it is always important that you are in a relaxed state, so that it becomes way much easier to change your old beliefs and adopt new beliefs, right? So once you are in a relaxed state, you should also have awareness. Now many people have numbed themselves, right? Like, they doom scroll, they play video games too much, like, their mind is so highly stimulated by this external stimuli that they don't have awareness on what they believe and what they don't. They don't even have control over their emotions, right? But when it comes to manifestation, awareness is very crucial, right? Because you need to be aware in order to find out what you believe in the first place about reality, right? So awareness is also important. And then comes detachment. Now you need to be detached about whatever you want to manifest. So let's say you want to manifest more money, then the probability of you being desperate or needy is pretty high, right? Because if you have been detached about money, then you would have more money in your life, then you will not be struggling financially, and you will not be watching this video. Because whatever you chase in life, it will run away, right? We are aiming to attract whatever we want. We're not trying to chase after it. We are not trying to be needy or desperate, right? So detachment is also a crucial thing. And finally, there should be no resistance. Now many people become aware on what beliefs they have, but they try to change that beliefs with effort, with hard work, with action. It doesn't work that way, right? Physical reality is an effect, mental reality is a cause, the mental plane is the cause, and the physical reality is an effect, right? Whatever you have in your mind determines what physical reality you experience in this life, right? So relaxation is the opposite of resistance, right? You should have no resistance in order for you to relax. If you keep resisting those negative emotions, if you keep resisting your current reality, then whatever you resist will persist, right? So so it doesn't matter what energy you give into your current reality. If you focus too much on the parts of your life where you don't like, that will grow and it will become a reality, right? So it's very important for you to not resist your current life, to not resist negative emotions, to not resist trying to change an old belief. Putting resistance into anything in life has no upsides, like there is only bad consequences. So it is very important that you show no resistance towards this process, because if you show resistance, then that means you are not relaxed. If you're not relaxed, then your conscious mind is awake. If your conscious mind is awake, then that will let you to doubt yourself, that will let you to doubt your new beliefs, right? Now if you have been believing that, like, you are ugly and attracting a partner is very hard in this current times, now if that is your belief, and if that has been your belief for the past 10 years, then your rational mind will not allow you to adopt a new belief which says, like, attracting a partner is very easy in these current times, right? Because for your rational mind, your new belief becomes very irrational, and that will not allow you to adopt the new belief completely, and you will start doubting yourself, you will start doubting your new belief. So we don't want that, right? So no resistance, just relaxation. So now we have talked about the formula behind how to adopt a new belief, right? So let me go through the process on how you can start changing your beliefs. And to start changing your beliefs, it starts with awareness, right? You should first become aware of your current beliefs. Now, how can you become aware of your current beliefs? So this is where journaling comes into play. I've already made a video on how you can journal, right? I think it will be out. If it's not out, then it will be out in very soon, right? So check that out. But it doesn't even need to be journaling. It can also be you asking questions to yourself, not in your mind, but really articulating those questions, speaking them out, and trying to answer to yourself. But I would recommend journaling in the first place, but you can do it verbally as well. So first you need to become aware of your current beliefs. So ask yourself, what am I completely convinced of? Right? So whenever someone presents an idea, which ideas trigger you? Which ideas do you go defend for? Right? So if I say money is so easy to earn, but if you are defending that idea, now if you are going against that idea and you're defending the belief that okay, no, money is very hard to come by. If you're saying that, then that means you have a belief about money being scarce. So think about what am I completely convinced of that may be creating the reality that I'm experiencing right now, which I don't like, right? And the next is ask yourself, what ideas do I defend for? What ideas do I defend for when I'm talking to people? When people come to me and say, oh my god, getting a girlfriend or getting a wife is so easy nowadays, but you go against that idea and you start defending that, no, and you start saying that no, the current dating market is so rough, it's so tough to get a new girl nowadays. If you're saying like that, then that means you have a skewed belief about relationships, about getting a girlfriend, about getting into a relationship. And that belief may have been the reason that you may not being able to attract a new relationship into your life, right? So think about what you're completely convinced of. Think about what ideas do I defend to other people. And finally, the main question here is, what would someone experiencing this, feeling this way, would have to believe? Now, if you have been watching this video till now, then that means you have a certain part of your life that you don't like and you want to change. It can be your financial situation, it can be your relationship situation, it can be you're not at your optimal level of health. It can be anything, right? So if you're, let's for example, let's say you have been struggling financially. Then if you have been struggling financially, then you might have certain insecurities about money. You might have certain negative emotions that are associated with money. You might be worried about money. You might be shameful about your money situation, whatever it may be. So ask yourself, what would someone experiencing this, feeling this way, would have to believe, right? So if I am struggling financially, I would ask, okay, I want more money, but I'm not having enough money. I'm struggling to make money. So what would I have to believe in order to make that a reality? I would have to believe that making money is hard. I would have to believe that money is a scarce resource. um, I would have to believe that starting a business is risky. I would have to believe that running a business is very hard. I would have to believe that getting a promotion is very hard. Now, all of these beliefs that I have just told you, and there are tons of more beliefs that you may have, those beliefs are actually preventing me from attracting more money, right? So ask yourself, if I'm experiencing this reality which I don't like, what would I have to believe in order to materialize this reality, right? Now, once you become aware of what beliefs you have, the next step is to acknowledge the beliefs and reflect. You need to admit what you believe, right? You need to lower your ego. You need to dissociate yourself from your identity and just admit, okay, I am having these thoughts. I think that money is hard to come by, and it's completely okay. I have been programmed this way and I can change, right? You need to admit what you believe and you need to acknowledge it. Now, if you face resistance, then that means it is an indicator on what you believe. If I say that rich people are not evil, rich people are the same as us, and it doesn't make sense for you to label them as evil and they don't exploit people. It is just that you are poor because of your own laziness. Now, if I say that and it triggers some resistance inside you, then that means you have a belief that rich people are evil. So, once you acknowledge the belief, then ask yourself, is this belief really serving me? Or is this belief controlling me? Ask yourself, is this belief serving me or am I serving that belief? In what way does that belief serve you? If you really think that rich people are evil, then if you want to be rich, then you subconsciously repel what you want to attract, right? Because if you want to get rich, then that means you are wanting to be evil because you believe that rich people are evil, right? So whatever beliefs that you may come up in your first step, just acknowledge it and ask yourself, how does this belief serve me? And write the answer down, right? And the third step is write down what you would believe instead. Now, if you believe that rich people are evil, then the opposite of that belief is rich people are just normal people. I am the same as those rich people, but the rich are rich because they executed on their idea. They had the right beliefs, they had the right identity, right? That is how you need to start thinking. So ask yourself what you would believe instead. Ask yourself what would the version of myself living in my desired reality hold as belief. Now, if you want to be rich, then your version of yourself who is living in a desired reality will have beliefs like money is easy to come by, rich people are just normal people, making money is good, loving money is good. These kinds of beliefs are the beliefs you will have if you are living in a desired reality and if you want a more financially stable life, right? So, once you identify the beliefs that you need to have in order to manifest your desired reality, the next step is you need to activate your new beliefs through mental imagination, right? So visualize what your life would look like if that belief were true. Now, taking the same example, if you want to get rich, and now since you were identify what beliefs you need to have, start imagining about it, start visualizing about it. What if money were easy to come by? What if making sales in your business was easy to come by? Right? And imagine yourself making more sales in your business or getting that promotion in your job or just receiving money from random places. And just imagine yourself in a scenario where you have way more money than you can spend. And you can extrapolate this to any aspect of your life. It can be relationships, it can be health, it can be anything. Right? Because the subconscious mind can't tell the difference between what is real and what is fake. Whatever you imagine, once you start putting emotion behind it, the subconscious mind believes it as real and it starts programming your reality in a way that matches your desired reality. Right? So fill your thoughts, fill your imaginations with joy, love, bliss, or any positive emotion. Right? For me, being financially secure means security. I am calm, I am relaxed. For you, it may be being excited, being happy, being joyful. It can be any positive emotion. It differs from one individual to individual. Right? So start imagining the life that you would have if those beliefs were true, if those new beliefs were true, right? Now once you start doing this mental imagination practice every day, you need to start behaving as if your new thoughts are true. So it is not just enough for you to imagine, visualize, it is equally important for you to start acting in a way. Start walking as if you're rich, start talking as if you're rich, start having the attitude you would have if you were in your desired reality, right? Because you need to physicalize whatever you want to believe, right? So start taking action on what you would take if you were in your desired reality. Start acting as if you were rich. Start acting as if you have that ideal partner. Start acting as if you were in your optimal health, whatever desire you may have in your life, right? Now once you behave as if your new thoughts are true, the next step is repeat the new thoughts every day consistently. And the main important point is you need to have emotion. Each time you visualize, you need to have emotion behind it and repeatedly visualize until you exhaust yourself or until you don't feel anything. If you don't feel anything, then just relax, let go, and just do your work, go about your day, and then again, after some time, come back and try to visualize again. Emotion is very important. Emotion is crucial. Emotion is the main step in this belief changing process. The more emotion you put behind your new beliefs, the more your beliefs will become your actual beliefs that you hold within your subconscious mind, and whatever you hold in subconscious mind will become a reality, right? So it is very important that you put emotion behind it and you do this in a consistent way every day, because your old beliefs have been around for decades of your life. So if you want your new beliefs to stick, it is very important that you're consistent. And once you're consistent about this practice, the next thing you need to be aware of and you need to look out for is negative emotion. Because the old beliefs will not disappear right away, they will also take time. The more you do this, the more you concentrate and focus on your new thoughts, your new beliefs, the old belief will start disappearing. But negative emotions, negative thoughts will still pop up. So when facing negative thoughts or when facing negative emotions, it is very important that you allow yourself to feel emotions if there are any, right? And you have roughly around 50,000 to 60,000 thoughts per day, right? So whenever you have a negative thought, be aware of your thoughts first, right? Because start meditating, start doing anything that increases your awareness. And once you are in and once you increase your awareness, you will be aware of what thoughts you are having, right? And when it comes to thoughts, you are not in control on what thoughts you receive, because you receive thoughts from the mental plane. You don't have control over it. But what you do have control over is what thoughts you choose to engage with, right? So when you have a negative thought, don't engage with it, just don't go thinking about it. Immediately shift to a preferred thought, to a preferred belief, right? So when you have a negative thought like, oh my god, I can't afford this, I'm oh god, bills are coming up, when you have a negative thought, immediately shift to a positive thought. It just depends on what you engage with. When you start engaging, and that is when emotions pop up. And even when if it's too late and emotion starts bubbling up inside yourself, I'm talking about negative emotions, just allow yourself to feel it. Because emotions are temporary, don't resist it, because what you resist will persist. So don't resist it, just allow your negative emotions to feel. Just allow yourself to feel those negative emotions, and then calmly, in a relaxed way, just choose the alternate thought and start feeling the way you would feel if you were in your desired reality. It is that simple, right? And once you do this for a long time, probably around like 3 to 4 weeks or even more, it just depends on how much emotion you put into it. If you Because all it takes is one emotionally intensive experience that can create trauma for decades to come for a person, right? So the more emotions you put into the positive aspects of the belief, the more you visualize your desired reality, the more you act like you are in desired reality, the more faster your desired reality will manifest, and the faster your subconscious mind will get programmed by new beliefs. And that's it. I will see you in another video.